it's like all these mixed emotions, but it's built like happiness is completely on top. Like if it wasn't for this moment, I wouldn't be this person. So it's more like I'm proud that I was here to even know everybody that's around me right now.
Wow. All right, so hey, today we're talking with Wesley Hamilton from Disabled But Not Really. Wes is a guy that I've known for a while now. We've got to do some cool programs with him at the gym, and I kind of realized we really haven't dug into Wes's story that much, and it's a really cool story that's inspirational, I think, but most of all, it's just a story about overcoming difficult circumstances, forgiveness, and kind of actually finding through tragedy, finding his path. So I'm super stoked. We're actually gonna go to the site that Wes was shot, where his accident happened, and so a lot of you may not actually know this story, so Wes is kind enough to kind of pull us into that world and share with us sort of his journey. So we're gonna go meet the man now. We're at Wes's house. Hey, Wesley, what up?
What's up?
How you doing, man? Hey, don't worry.
Good seeing you, brother.
The camera adds 10 inches to your biceps, so that's not.
I need that right now. I need that.
All right, let's get rolling, man.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right. Actually, I expected to come in here and have some kind of supplements sitting here.
Really? That's it. That's it. That's it.
Hey, so how was the game on Sunday?
Amazing. But I love it. Big Chiefs fan, man. And so we start out the season right. Yes, we started out the season last year right too, but we have a quarterback.
What did you think of Mahomes?
I thought he was phenomenal. I mean, just watching him fling it. I mean, dude.
Yeah. Dude, so walk me through. I haven't seen. I've always kind of been curious as to how you drive.
One-handed, baby.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So you've got, are you pressing in for gas and then pull back for brake, or?
I am. So no, actually I pull back to accelerate and I press in
to brake. All right, Wes, let's talk about where we're going, right? Like, even just in the scope of Kansas City, where are we going right now?
All right, man, so we're headed out to the location where I was shot. It's crazy because this is the first time I've ever been out to that location in 6 years.
You've not returned back to this site?
Nope.
What are you feeling right now?
I'm good, man. I just never had I felt like I've never had a real intention on going back to the site. Not for, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a reason why I wouldn't. I just didn't feel like I needed to. Maybe, today would be an awesome day to go back and actually get more clarity of like my purpose and why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I'm feeling this more just, I'm excited to reflect on that day and release whatever, pain, stress, anything that's been held back, You never know until you get back to that moment and you're like, oh man, it gets emotional and things, and I've never did it. So the person I am, I'm full of excitement at this moment.
Wow.
Of like, what's next? What's to come?
This incident, I mean, what the hell do you even call it?
Blessing, man. It was a
blessing.
So
that's my point, right? So it's, I like knowing you, it's weird that you would call that a blessing. Why? I mean, I don't know. What did life look like before that?
Man, the West before was just, I would say during that time, those years or whatever, I was just a normal guy. And when I say normal, I just kind of just lived my life focused on trying to be a 9-to-5 worker, like just live the American dream, right? Like go to school, go to work, and have kids. It's hard for me to say family because I was a single father at the time, but I mean, my first and that was probably around the time of my accident. But before that, man, I was always trying to be part of the in crowd. You know, I never knew my way.
Let me ask you this. If you could talk to Wes right now, or maybe a kid that was your age at that time, do you think that they would, A, be able to receive the message that you're telling them? Or, and if so, what would you tell them?
All right.
I guess what I'm asking is, like, do we have to experience tragedy to change? Or can we change without tragedy? You know what I mean?
That. I like that. You know, it's kind of like it's a thin line with that, because, you know, I believe that if someone can express to you but actually come from a place where you're at, you're better off understanding where they come from. So you're listening and you grow from it. But then on the other note, it's like some people are just hard-headed and they need, you know, to hit their head hard enough to understand their purpose in life, you know, or understand, you know, what their life is actually, what plan is set for them. Like, you have to go through something to understand your purpose or your plan. But if you have enough sense, you can listen to someone that actually went through everything that you went through, like myself, and be able to say, okay, look, he survived that struggle. He made it where that I don't have to go through it. So let me listen, because now look at him. So, yeah, look where we at.
All
right, so it's funny that it's a handicap sign.
Between the part.
Oh, man, because it wasn't a handicap sign there before.
Really?
Dude, like never. Oh, man, it's so crazy. This location, I mean, it brings back a lot of memories. A lot of memories.
So what are you feeling right now?
I'm going down memory lane.
Yeah.
It's crazy to just come and, like, dude, I literally lived in this apartment for about a year. And
So,
I just remember the good, bad, and ugly, and then the worst, right?
Yeah.
Like, literally. So it's like got me over here. All I can do is laugh, because, yeah.
So walk us through, like, are you okay walking us through what happened?
Yeah, man.
I mean, sorry.
I'll roll you through.
Yeah.
I'll roll you through.
Roll us through, my bad.
As I say, I used to live here. I lived here with an ex-girlfriend, and she had told me she was pregnant, you know. And I got here, when I pulled up, she was actually getting out her car. I literally parked right here in this spot, but I didn't want to park here in this spot. Actually, I was literally coming in, and when I seen her getting out her car, she was with a male friend. I was ready to turn around and go back out. Now, and if it was a two-way, I would have just drove out, like, forget it. But instead, me turning around in the car gave her the opportunity of, like, hey, flagging me down, like, nah, let's talk, I want to see you, whatever. And I mean, dude, we was fresh out of a breakup, maybe about 3 weeks. I was emotional. I called it off, but then my heart was broken. Like, this is my first time ever being in love, you know. And so, those are the emotions and feelings that I was feeling at that moment. So I stopped. Like, I'm like, nah, you know. And so I stopped. We had a conversation. We had a lot of back and forth arguing, but we had a conversation. All right, so we're talking like this. I had a Cadillac STS, so it was probably like parked, really wasn't poking too much out. I remember being like this, and my best friend is right here, the guy's kind of right here. Best friend like, man, there's nothing going on, blah, blah, blah. And the guy walks away, and I'm just like, all right, tell everybody bye. I'm going to my car. I remember going this way. I remember going right over here. Right here, I got shot. I got shot. The first bullet went on my upper chest, like up, kind of like right here by my titty.
Mm-hmm.
and my pet, right? But all right, and I remember turning around. I remember slightly turning around and holding my chest because I didn't know what happened. Like, you know, your body goes completely in shock. You're like, what is going on? And I'm staring at a guy I'd never seen a day in my life. Like, I'm staring at him.
And this is just one of all the people out just hanging out because it's a nice day.
No. So
okay.
this is what I thought, right? Like, I'm literally like, who is this dude? Like, I don't know you, and you was not part of the confrontation, right? All right. He shoots me again. So now I'm shot, and I feel my legs go out, but I didn't know that's what happened. I remember dropping on the ground, and how ironic it is that I dropped on the ground on my back, right? Like, you would think that maybe you would fall forward or whatever. Like, no, I literally fell back. And I remember laying here. The first person who rushed me was my ex-girlfriend. I remember her rushing me up here, holding my chest, screaming, yelling. Actually, she sat on me and held my chest. I remember. And then there was a couple other people out that came. You had people that, you know, held my chest, and you had people that just watched. You know, you had people that panicked. I mean, it was a lot of people outside. Okay. Before I explain that particular situation, I do want to tell you, it's like, man, after he shot me twice and I dropped, he turned the gun and started shooting at everybody else. So, you know, he just kind of pointed at my best friend, his girlfriend, and just other people that was just outside. He just started shooting. So for a second, while I'm laying there and, you know, she's over here trying to hold my chest, I'm watching people scramble in a way because he's shooting. And so in my mind, I'm just thinking like, this is crazy and I'm about to die. Like, I'm not thinking of anything else. I'm like, I'm dead now.
What were you thinking at that moment when you were like, did you have any like clear thoughts as to what does it mean to die? Were you contemplating that at all?
The first thing that came to my mind when it happened was, this is it. This is it.
This is like how I go.
This is how I'm about to die. I hated God. I'm like, dude, I'm just about to get my daughter back. Like, I'm questioning, how can you take me away? And I just got custody of my daughter. I'm doing this. And dude, like, and it was just regrets of like, I didn't live my life. I didn't do what I wanted to do, you know, and I was numb to death because growing up where I came from, you know, we lost friends every day. I lost my first friend when I was 13. So I was blessed. I just turned 24, so I was blessed to make it that far. But you know, it's a stigma, in you know, in African American communities where, you know, you're blessed to make it to 21. You know, so for me, it was like I made it 21. I made it past my friends. Like, so I'm good. But it was still regrets because at that point, it was like I didn't know that I was going to be gone that fast.
That moment.
All right, so now we fast forward.
So then all of a sudden, 21 doesn't feel that old.
It doesn't feel that old.
Gotcha.
It feels like life was just
starting.
I remember laying there, and once. All right, so this is how I knew it wasn't somebody else. Like, I knew it wasn't a random person, because by the time after the guy started shooting, him and the other guy that was in the house actually jumped in their car and drove off. So when they drove off, dude, I'm laying right here. I thought I was about to get ran over. Like, that's how fast they sped out of the parking lot. And I just was like, it's a wrap. Like, I'm like, it's a wrap for me. I'm literally thinking that this car is about to run me over. Like, that's all I could think. And because I'm thinking, like, it's not over. Like, he shot me twice. Like, he's not done. And luckily, he drove off. It was people came around, people holding my chest. And the only person that really touched me was, man, some random guy came from far back. I really don't know because I wasn't looking. I just knew he came up and he grabbed my hand. He said, hey, man, I want you to pray with me, right? And I'm like, after all these regrets going through my head, like, I'm not ready to pray. But I said, okay, you know. And after he prayed with me, I remember looking at my best friend like, hey man, I need you to put my legs down. My legs felt like they were straight up in the air. Like literally like I was like this, right? Like it felt like I was straight up in the air. And he said, man, your legs are down. I said, I'm about to die. Like that was like, bro, I'm about to die. And he like,
this isn't how I want to be remembered.
Like,
my legs straight up.
Like, you are. Like, I'm telling you, like, he like, oh, bro, you are about to die. And I'm like, it wasn't funny at that moment. It was really like fast paced. But I can laugh about it now is because I'm here. And if it wasn't for that moment and that whole situation, I wouldn't be who I am. You know.
So did they ever find out who or what or
yeah? So the guy ended up going to jail. Whatever his intentions were, actually gave me life when he was trying to take it.
So have you forgiven him? I mean, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man. That guy's been forgiven. I say I had to really think about, forgiveness, but I couldn't be a positive person if I didn't forgive him for the things he put me through. Like, I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through the struggle, if I didn't go through the motions of, depression, suicidal thoughts, like, why me, right? Like, I wouldn't have created this platform. I was shot being overweight. So being overweight put me on bed rest for 2 years after my accident. But being on bed rest actually allowed me to experience some of the worst things a person with a spinal cord injury can go through. Going through 6 surgeries, so all those things that happened, that occurred after my accident, allowed me to create Disabled But Not Really, allowed me to figure out who Wesley Hamilton was, allowed me to go out and go speak to kids from my community, because now I'm creating opportunities for myself. Like it built this platform that I'm constantly climbing now, and it's like, so how can I be mad at you when you gave me the best life ever? Like, yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
There's not a day that I'm telling you that I will probably want to relive, but at the same time, I would not change anything that happened. I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be Wesley Hamilton if that man didn't shoot me. If he didn't leave me for dead, if he didn't give me life, like, I wouldn't be that person. Like, I was reborn that day. And the way I see it is that when he shot me, it was planned for him. I don't know what it did for his life. I hope it did something good. I hope after the platform I've built and created that he's found me one way, looked at my story, and feel better about the situation. I hope he feels love in his heart for me like I do for him, because I cannot be mad at him. But dude, that was just a hard moment. Being here is hard, but I'm telling you, like, I'm smiling because there's so much clarity, because I'm able to express it. Like, think about how long I wasn't able to talk about the situation. And now, like, just the struggle, the conversation we had in the car, like, talking about how I grew up to now talking about the struggle. And now you see, like, now you're seeing why these platforms were built. And I'm so humble about the things that I'm doing. Because it was meant for me. It was my purpose.
Tim.
And I don't see it no other way.
Oh. Man, I appreciate you sharing, Wes. Golly. Fat Boy?
Fat Boy. I think my nickname in my best friend's phone still to this day is Fat Ass. And he tell me that all the time. I'm never taking it out the phone because I know the old.